Hello there, my HQTs. It is Trivia Tuesday, but turns out it's also Tattoo Tuesday. If you're stumped on what to get a loved one for the holidays this season, maybe Chrissy Teigen's dad will inspire you. He just got a huge tattoo of her face on his arm for her birthday. So make Granddad happy this season with a giant tattoo of him on your back. What more could he ask for? It's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your generous presenter at your phone's epicenter, and this is HQ Trivia, where if you use your mind to think, you too can get inked. The rules are simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions from pleasant to painful. Ouch! You've got 10 seconds to tap that answer. Get it correct, you move on, answer all 12 of them right, and you win or split the cash prize. Who's got an eraser handy right now? I hope so. To use it, tap that blue eraser when I ask you a question. It will delete one of the 2 wrong answers. That gives you a 50-50 shot to get it correct. Now, if you play nearby 2 friends, you will score a free eraser. And let's talk about those all-important extra lives. Invite your besties to HQ to snag some, or just play 5 days in a row. You can also purchase extra lives if you see them on your screen. All right, now on Wednesdays, we play trivia, and I can't wait for Mean Girls trivia happening tomorrow. Fuel up on those Caltine bars for this one. And I want to see you rocking your pink as well. That's happening tomorrow at 9 p.m. So fetch! And this Sunday, drop on the deck and flop like a fish, because it's our SpongeBob trivia night. Are you ready, kids? Gather the whole entire family around and be there at 9 p.m. on Sunday. It's going to be awesome, and Scotty is hosting that one. All right, now we just kicked off a new season of HQ. It will culminate in a holiday season finale on Christmas, including a prize that gets bigger with every point you earn. You get points for free when you answer correctly. The later the question, the more points it's worth. Earn enough points and you make it to the next level. All right? Each level gives you a free pass, which allows you to stay in the game even when you get questions wrong. For example, get all the way to level 10 and your pass means you cannot get eliminated through question 10 every game for the whole season. You heard me right. Yes, if you get to level 10, all you need to do is answer 2 questions right and you win HQ. Now, you've earned millions of points so far, so let's check in and see how that prize is growing. Wow! Look at that! It is now $16,102 because of all the points you got in just 2 games. Now, we'll keep a very close eye on it. Who knows just how high it's going to go. It's going to be massive. Now, today we are giving away a plentiful $2,500. That will cover your granddad tat and one for your second cousin twice removed as well. But before you spend it, you've got to comprehend it. Let's get to the quizzing, shall we? Let's do it. Here we go with Q1. According to tradition, the Pilgrims first reached the New World at what landmark? Disneyland, Plymouth Rock, Tokyo Disneyland. We're in a new world right now. It's all about those points. If you tapped on either Disneyland, you're in a land of your own right now. Between a hard place and a rock, it's Plymouth Rock. That is the correct answer, and you rock. 183,000 of you do, and you're moving forward. The Pilgrims never mentioned Plymouth Rock. It was claimed as the landing place 121 years later, but we still have our doubts. HQTs, if you're looking for your points, hang tight, because only once you're eliminated do you see how many you've earned and what level you've reached. Don't get eliminated yet. We're only at Q2. And here we go. A new film was just announced starring what legendary video game character? Sonic the Hedgehog, Gary the Dugong, Beatrice the Quokka. An absolute legend in the game. For those who chose Gary the Dugong, who exactly is that? Do tell. Coming to a theatre near you, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Of course, you've got those supersonic powers, 173,000 of you do. Don't be surprised if the live-action version of Sonic looks very different. If you've never seen a hedgehog that's swole and furry, you just did. And he's coming to the big screen soon. Q3. In the most recent 60 Minutes, who appeared to tear up while talking about his tweets? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Quite the emotional scene. Got tears in my eyes just thinking about it. 3 business titans, but only one got teary-eyed over his tweets. Tesla fingers turned to Twitter fingers. Is Elon Musk. And that was a must for 125,000 of you. Well done. One wrong tweet from Musk left him with a $20 million fine over SEC fraud charges. Definitely worth crying about. My eyes are welling up as we speak. Q4. Miley Cyrus infamously twerked during a performance by who? Eminem, Calvin Harris, Robin Thicke. Somewhere in America, Miley Cyrus is still twerking. Jay-Z's words, not mine. If you tapped Eminem, you just lost yourself there. Blurring the lines between PG and R, it was Robin Thicke's performance. Wow, well, you certainly couldn't forget that one. Certainly blurred lines happening there. 111,000 of you twerking it, and you're working it. Parents were appalled when they saw that twerking on the MTV Awards. The most shocking part to me, though, was that big foam hand. Why, Miley? Why? Q5. The classic Tannhauser-Gate speech is from what science fiction film? Blade Runner, Children of Men, 2001: A Space Odyssey. An iconic moment in film. But which film? The sequel came out recently and Harrison Ford's still got it. Driving in Batty, it was Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Yeah, but you believed. You believed, didn't you? You believed in Blade Runner right there. Who's running on to the next round? That was a tough one. That was a savage question. I'm going to go with it. Still early on here on Q5. We lost more than half of you there. Wow, that hurts. 54,000 of you are Blade running on. Yeah, you are. Now, Harrison had no choice but to listen to the drawn-out speech. He was in a compromising position, let's just say. Q6. What is needed to play Mumble-T Peg, ladder, door, knife? Have you ever played a game of Mumble-T Peg? So, I'm a little concerned about you, because there's a game of bravado, skill, and stupidity as well. For those who like to live dangerously, it uses a knife, of all things. Yeah, 36,000 of you cutting through Q6 right there. That was a brutalish question. Players throw a pocket knife into the ground, as close to their feet as possible, then remove it with their teeth. Yes, really. All right, we're halfway. It's Q7. Who did Queen Elizabeth II replace as Britain's longest reigning monarch? Queen Elizabeth I, King Edward II, Queen Victoria. Long live the Queen, our Queenie. Prince Charles will never get his turn at this rate. But in the UK, we love our Lizzie. Longevity runs in the family here because it was Queen Victoria. And there she is in her younger days of her reign. Who is victorious here at the halfway mark? 25,000 of you are. Now, Victoria was the Queen's great-grandma who reigned for 63 years, while Elizabeth has her beats at 66 years and counting. Q8, which is a real device from the makers of the popular Speak and Spell, Speak and Add, Speak and Say, Speak and Read. Well, speak up then, or forever hold your peace. Speak and Spell was a big hit for Texas Instruments, so what fun toy did they follow it up with? From spelling to reading, it was Speak and Read, and you read that one correctly. 10,125 of you did on another savage. 15,000 of you gone here on Q8. 10,000 of you read that well, though. There were other spin-offs, including Speak and Learn, and even Speak and Music. A lot of talking going on, like another game I know of. Q9. The Macanese people are subjects of what government? United Kingdom, China, Portugal. Who do they have to answer to? You've got to answer this one correctly. Adding up those points, right? Well, it's not the United Kingdom, I can tell you that much. Not to be confused with the Macarena, the Macanese answer to the government of China. China is the country we were looking for. 7,068 of you traveling forward. Macau, home of the Macanese, was once controlled by Portugal. 4,000 of you thought that, but changed back in 1999. Q10, we're almost there. Which was a real Star Wars-based breakfast cereal sold in the 1980s. Chewy Chunks, C-3POs, Galaxy Stars. They sound quite delicious, all of them. Shows how much of a Star Wars fan I am. I'll definitely pass on the chewy chunks though. But one of these was the Breakfast of Champs for Star Wars fans in honor of Goldenrod himself, C-3PO's. There you go, right there. Wonder how that tasted. Doesn't look so good, actually. That was the droid you're looking for. 5,039 of you knew that. You're feeling the force. I've got a great idea for a Star Wars cereal. Jabba's Apple Jacks with Jabba juice on top. It would fly off the shelves, pretty sure. The penultimate round, players. It's Q11. At what venue does Bob Uecker announce games? Wrigley Field, Target Field, Miller Park. Are you going to be announced as a winner tonight? Well, you may recognize him for his acting skills as George Owens and Mr. Belvedere back in the days, but for 47 years, Bob has brought his commentating skills to the home of the Milwaukee Brewers. Miller Park is where he works. 4,074 of you batting that out of the park. Bats to the ready, because we are heading into the final round right now with 4,074 players holding tight. Over 100 of you using your extra lives to get back in, and we've got $2,500 in the bag today. Here we go. It's the big one. It's Q12. Which of L. Frank Baum's Oz books is adapted from a play inspired by an earlier Oz book? Ozma of Oz, Glinda of Oz, TikTok of Oz. There's a lot of Ozzing going on here. The Wizard of Oz. Baum wrote a book that inspired a play that inspired another book, not confusing at all. Ozma was the third novel in the Oz series and was adapted to make The TikTok Man of Oz. But which book came out of that stage play? It's TikTok of Oz for the win. We've got 921 winners. You smashed it. That was a hugely savage question here on Q12. Congrats to the 921 of you standing tall. Here at the end, you are taking home $2.71. We've got Mike G. Dot. We've got L. Rocker. Who else? We've got Zowie. Well done to you, Wowie. What are you going to do with the cash today? Maybe hit the gym to get supersonic, like Sonic. Get a little furry as well. Chow down on some chewy chunks. Get yourself a giant foam hand. Could be handy. You could do a lot. That $2.71, that's for sure. Well done, HQTs. You came, you played, you totally slayed. That was awesome. And just remember, you will score points each game with every question you get right. And you can earn even more points by sharing to social and referring your friends as well. See how to do that by tapping Holiday Season Finale. Should be at the top of your main screen of the app. If not, make sure you update the app right after the game, right after this. And even if you've leveled up and you have a free pass, make sure you show up for question 1 each and every time and answer it. You earn points for every question you get right when you're in at the start of the game. Can you get to level 10 by Christmas? That's the big question. The season finale is going to be huge. It really is. I'm Sharon Carpenter. Here's where you can find me. Hit me on the socials, stop by, say hello. And of course, we'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern with 12 more rounds of epic trivia and $5,000 to give away as well. Until then, have an epic day, and I'll see you in a few. Bye.